everyone, welcome back to Stitches with Charlie Feathers. It's so nice to be back, as I say every single time. I haven't been here since the beginning of November, so there's lots of stitching to show you, which is very exciting. Some lovely finishes, some lovely FFOs, some lovely haul, and lovely stitchy kindness. So let's get cracking because there's a lot to show you. Let's show you the FFOs first. So I decided to work this Christmas on my historical sampler company Advent 2023, the kits that came in that Advent. I was really kindly gifted it by the historical sampler company in 2023, and I just hadn't got around to stitching them that Christmas. So yes, this Christmas was the perfect opportunity. So first off, we've got lovely Beryl, as I've named her, the lovely snow lady, and I stitched this on a 28 count linen. I think it's blue spruce by Zweigart, and I used all the kit threads, including the metallic red that they put into the box. So yeah, and then I finished it on the back with some red spotty fabric that I think came from Elmhurst Fabrics when they did their fabric bundles. And then I have another one, which is this really cute little reindeer. The whole design was two reindeers with a Christmas tree in the middle, but wasn't quite sure about that, so I just did the one reindeer and put the border a bit shorter. And I stitched this on a 32 count witch out permin. I can't remember the colourway. If you want to know, then let me know. And I finished that on the back with some really soft fleece fabric that I got in my local fabric shop, the Sewing Studio, in their fabric bin. I meant to say that Beryl, she's stuffed with kapok fibre, which is what I often use. And the other two I stuffed with my orts from 2024. So it's got a really nice feeling to it. That's my new tradition now for the last 2 years, is I save all my orts in a cap jar till the end of the year, and then I use them to stuff my Christmas finishes. And then this is the third one. This was the final one from the historical sampler company Advent box in 2023, and it's this really cute reindeer. And I switched out all the reds to use the metallic thread that came with the Advent box. And again, I finished up with some really nice fleece that I had from my local sewing shop. And that's stitched on an ice blue Zweigart 32 count. So yeah, that one's stuffed with orts too. They feel so lovely. Other FFOs that I've got is the lovely sea hare. I finished this ages ago, but I hadn't FFO'd it. And I wanted to hang some things in my bathroom, so I finished 3 things out of my box. No, 2 things out of my box and a recent finish that I was desperate to get FFOs straight away. And yeah, so this is the sea hare. It is designed by what is her name? I know Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah, is shouting at the screen right now because she's just done a 12 by 12 on New Year's Eve of 12 of this designer's patterns. It's not coming to me. I'll put it at the bottom. And I stitched that on a 32 count that I think was gifted to me by lovely Sarah, actually, Cross Stitch Sarah. And I used all the called for DMC. So that now hangs in my bathroom. I also FFO'd this one, which was I'm mentioning Sarah a lot in this video. This was also gifted to me, the pattern, by Sarah. It is called Fairy Coastal Village, and it's designed by, I'm probably not going to remember this one either. No, I'll put it at the bottom again. And I stitched this on a 32 count Zweigart raw linen with all the called for DMC, and I finished it in this frame, which I got from my localish charity shop. I think I paid like £1 for the frame, but I think it suits it really perfectly with that pastel pink. Hope I'm not getting too much glare on the frames there. Sorry if I am. I'm using the back of my camera on my phone because it's much better than the front camera, so I can't see exactly what's in shot. or how much glare there is. And finally, this is a finish since I last saw you, and if there is a lot of glare when I watch this video back, then I will pop in photos as well. But this is the really lovely Windy Mood. I think this is designed by Made For You Cross Stitch. If it's different, I'll put it up across the bottom. And I stitched this on a 28 count antique white Zweigart linen with all the called for DMC, and I just absolutely love how this one looks. It's a lovely frame from the range, which I thought suited it really beautifully with all the soft natural earth colours. And yeah, I adored all the backstitching and the French knots on this one. It was really wonderful to stitch. And you know, if you've been here a while, that I love all the whimsical nature things. I love stitching whimsical people. And then I've got two more finishes to show you. The first one is this really lovely woolen gallery design. This is by Phoebe, lovely Phoebe over at Loombug. She's got a lovely Etsy shop. I'll put it in the link in the description box below, so you can go over and support her, because she's quite an upcoming designer. And yeah, I stitched this on a 32 count Zweigart called Pastel Pink, and I used all the called for DMC. I loved stitching this one. I'm not quite sure. I say I'm not sure. I've just remembered I've got this lovely fabric here that I want to finish it into a bag. So yeah, it's these really lovely fairy houses and ferns. And it's got quite a lot of those salmony pink colours in it. So I thought that that would look really nice if I made it into a project bag. So that's my aim for that one. And the last but not the least, I got my oldest whip finished, the one I've been whinging about forever. Can you believe it? I finished Fantastic Felines! Woohoo! So this was a long time in the making. It was 3 years. I have actually got some fabric to coordinate with this as well, actually, but I've left it upstairs. But my aim for this is, originally I was going to frame it, but my daughter would like me to make it into a pillow for her. So I'm going to make like an envelope cushion back with the cat fabric that I've got. And yeah, I wanted to get it done for her birthday, which is in mid-December, and I managed it. I just haven't FFO'd it. But yeah, my oldest whip is complete, which is great. Okay, let's get on with... Oh, no, there is actually another finish that I forgot to tell you about. So I'll pop in a picture here because I don't have it anymore. But I stitched the really lovely... Actually, have I showed this to you? Let me just check my Stitchy book. No, I don't think I have showed it to you, according to my Stitchy book. So I stitched the really lovely squirrel around design by Hands On Design, and I put beads into for the squirrel's eyes, and I used what buttons that I had that I could source from Mary at Create Nostalgia. Thank you, Mary, you were so helpful. And yeah, I put in the buttons that I could source in the size that I could get. Oh, my eye. And then the others, I just kind of improvised it in the leaves because I couldn't get the leaf buttons anywhere. But it turned out really beautifully. And I finished that into a pillow and I gifted it to my lovely friend, Kim. And I also stitched her a really gorgeous little squirrel scissor fob, which was a pattern that I adapted from Blue Coppice, heavily adapted because my embroidery skills were not up to the job, or my finishing skills. So I'm going to have another attempt at making that at another day. And I have got another Blue Coppice pattern that now I feel completely intimidated by. So yeah. Should we get on with the whips? There is quite a big pile. Let's just go for the top of the pile, shall we? So first off, we've got my really lovely Rachel Jarvis bag. Rage of on Etsy. I love this frog fabric. I think it's just the cutest. It reminds me of my daughter Fern, because I call her my little frog, and I always have since she was a baby. And in here I've got I think I've only got this huge board today, so let's try that. Yeah. So in here I've got the little patchwork owl sow. The little owl patchwork sampler sow. I think that's the full name. And this was kindly gifted to me by the Historical Sampler Company. And on here I've got a really lovely little needle minder, little owl that I got from lovely Laura at Cotton and Clay, or Butterfly Stitches 83, when I was vending next door to her at Stitch in London. And yeah, I started this on the 1st of January, which is when the sale started, and we've got 2 weeks to finish part 1. So there's the beginning of a really cute little red Christmassy house here. And there's another block here that's got some really nice trees in pots. And this border's so beautiful and intricate to stitch, but I just adore him. And my youngest daughter is obsessed with owls, so I think I'm going to stitch this for her and put it in near her bed. And I'm just absolutely loving it. The colours are absolutely stunning. Oh. I'm not used to recording indoors, that's the problem, and I've been recording a lot with the overhead camera. But I was just going to show you. Oh, my flosses have got all tangled. It's like a rat's nest, as Stitchy Sally would say. But I just wanted to show you how beautiful the colours are in this sow. Oh, they're absolutely stunning. I really adore the colours in this one. All the reds and the greens and the teals. I think it's an absolutely gorgeous palette. And you can still go over and buy the PDF of this pattern and join in the sale. And you can also still buy the kits, I believe. So I will leave a link in the description box below, so you can go over and have a look if you'd like to join us with that one. But it's just a joy to stitch on. So thank you, Historical Sampler. So because I finished the Fantastic Felines, I've been really trying to dig out all my old whips and get working on them again. And this is one of my oldest as well. I think it's coming up to 2 years old. And this is the beautiful Things Unseen Mystery Sampler by Lizzie Kate. And it's words say, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And I bought all 3 parts of this. If you want to stitch it, make sure you buy all 3 parts. And I got them for 1, 2, 3 stitch. I'm just trying to find something in here. And I also bought the really beautiful embellishments pack, which hopefully you can see there. There's lots of really lovely buttons and things in there. And yeah, I reckon this is coming up to 2 years old. I'm stitching this on a 32 count fabric flare, which is called Coffee Stain, and it's a linen. I've been working on this the past week, so I've got a lot of hanging threads on here. Where's my board gone? I don't even know if it'll fit on my board. We'll do our best. So yeah, it's a bit creased, but you can see that I finished part 1 and I'm working out on part 2 here, and then part 3 is a bit along the bottom. And I'm really enjoying this. There's speciality stitches here, and I think there's some more down here in some of the topiary bushes. I say I finished part 1, I've still got to finish some of the bees that go around here. And yeah, I've put on 1 button here, if you can see that. But I got a different button in my embellishment pack from what was on the pattern, which is a bit strange. So if you can see there, here, they're buttons, the same rows, but it's got this kind of blue-green square that goes around it as the complete button. But the ones that I had just came as the roses without the background. So what I thought I'd do, if you can see there, is I thought I'd stitch the blue outline of the flower, which they give you in the pattern if you don't have the embellishment pack, and then I sewed the rose button in the middle, and I think it turned out great. Like, I'm really happy with how it's looking. This border is an absolute beast. I'm really slowed down with this pattern because I find the chart really hard to read. It's black and white, and the symbols, some of them look really similar. So that's one issue. And just it's not printed very well, so it's just really hard to read. So I don't enjoy using the chart, but I really want the finish. So I'm going to keep persevering with that one. Okay. I'll just take this cover picture out of the packaging. Excuse me for a minute. Okay, this is the really beautiful Luca-S kit called Spring Night that I bought from Jobby. This was one of my rewards for joining in with the Tour de France challenge, and the one after that, which I can't remember what it is called. I think it's the Spanish one, which is another cycling challenge, which I joined in with Laura from My Stitch Birds. Hi, Laura. And yeah, I love this one so much. Again, lots and lots of working threads. I've been working on this in the last week or two as well. Oh my gosh, I absolutely adore this pattern. Like, I can't even put into words how much I love it. Oh, I just love everything about it. This is where we're up to. So I think I'm approaching maybe 15%, I think, maybe 13% complete on this one. And yeah, inside the chart you get a QR code, I think. I think that's how I got it, that I scanned. And that's how I got the PDF to put into Pattern Keeper. And yeah, I've got some new parking bobbins that I meant to talk to you about that I got from Talking Dog Stitchery. They come from Daria Makes, who lives in the USA. So that's really helpful for keeping all my full coverage threads out of the way that I'm still using. So I got over to the left-hand border and I worked down. I'm going to get down to the bottom corner and then fill in that quarter. That's my plan for this one. But yeah, I love all the flower colours, like all those pinks and yellows, oranges. I think it's really beautiful. And again, if you've been here a while, you know how much I love stitching cabins. Okay, next up we've got my really lovely Catherine Redgate Forest Spirit bag. I love this bag. I found out about Catherine Redgate from lovely Lorna. Oh no, I think I just dropped my needle. No, I didn't. It's fine. Okay, so this is another new start since I last saw you. And this is my first really big full coverage. It's 128,000 stitches. This is a really long-term project. And I will put in a picture of what it's going to look like, but it's called Girl Bear Hug. And I've loved this pattern for a really long time. I think I saw it well over a year ago, and I almost pushed the button on it then. And then when I went to buy it a few weeks later, I noticed it wasn't available anymore, and my heart absolutely sank. And I was like, that's it, I've missed the opportunity, it's gone, I'm never going to be able to stitch it. Honestly, I felt heartbroken. And then I messaged the designer, because it's all licensed art. So I messaged the designer who charted the pattern, Stitches So Beautiful. And I said, is it gone? Is it going to come back? And she said, oh, there were some discrepancies with some of the charts. So I took them down just so I can check them all, and it will be back up for sale. So it came back into sale probably a few weeks or a month later, but I still didn't push the button, silly me. And then this Christmas, the beginning of December, I noticed that Stitch is So Beautiful had 50% off all her charts, and I thought, that's it, I've got to buy it, because instead of being like £17 something, you know, it was like 50% that, so it was a no-brainer. So I bought it. I spoke to lovely Lauren at Cross Stitch Bunny and asked her how I could source the royal embroidery threads, and she helped me through that process. And because I ordered them over Cyber Monday, I got a really good deal. I think I got 130 skeins of royal embroidery, which is 100% cotton, plus the shipping, and it came to £34, which is really cheap, isn't it, for 130 skeins? I mean, if I kitted it up in DMC, it would have been in excess of £100, which I just don't have the budget for at the moment. And yeah, I've started stitching with the royal embroidery. It came, oh, I forgot to say, it came within 13 days of me ordering it, which is amazing, seeing as it's coming from China. The flosses are really soft. They're shiny, like the same as DMC are. They stitch exactly the same as DMC. I've got no issue with them at all. I really, really like them in actual fact. And they're like 23p a skein instead of like £1.40 if you go to Hobbycraft. I think the cheapest you can get them online at the moment is, I think, 80p, I think, off the top of my head. But even that would be, you know, £80 upwards for the amount of skeins that I needed. The only downside I found to the royal embroidery is that, you know, with the DMC, when you pull from the bottom, the strand that's hanging out the bottom, then it comes out really easily, the skein, and then you can put it on floss drops or bobbins or whatever you want to do with it. I have found that with the royal embroidery flosses that sometimes both of the ends are together at the bottom, or you've got one at the bottom and one at the top, and I'm not quite sure which I'm supposed to be pulling. So I've had a couple that have tangled, and it's just taken me a bit of time to sort it out, to get them on my floss drops, on my floss organizer, sorry. So yeah, that is the only downside that I would say I found to them. Otherwise, I found them really lovely to work with. And yeah, so far I think I'm just under 4% on this. I think I've done 4,500 stitches, and I'm absolutely loving it. I love full coverage. I'm a bit obsessed with this, and I'm taking a leaf out of Anita Violet Stitches book, and I'm doing 200 stitches a day. So I'm trying to be disciplined and do my 200 on this before I pick anything else up. And I'm in a couple of challenges for this one to keep me going, keep me motivated. And that's another bobbin that I got in the same pack. You get a pack of 2 from Daria Makes, and as I said, you can get those from Talking Dog Stitchery. So that's that one. Oh, and I got my really lovely Charlie Feathers needle minder that on there. I love that one. Okay. Next up is another full coverage. This is the Verdant Canopy, which is a Mel's Stitches is the artist, and this is kit is put together by Heritage Crafts. Another one I've had for quite a long time, but I did get it out and work on it. Where is it? Here it is. Oh, there's not too many working threads on this one. That's good. So I've made quite good progress on this one, actually. I should be proud of myself. And here we are. So yeah, I worked on all this section here to the corner and then up. So this line here, that will be 50%. So I'm almost at 50% with this one. And I love it so much. I can't wait to put the back stitch in those little yellow flowers there. But a beautiful kit. I would really recommend those from Heritage Crafts. I've got quite a few of the Mel Stitches kits in my stash, so once I finish this one I'm going to start another one. Okay, next one's in a really lovely Nest Craft Room bag. This is another one that I haven't picked up for absolutely ages. I'll put in a picture of what it looks like because I don't have a cover picture here. And this is the really lovely Pansy bloom. Can't remember the designer, so I'll put it across the bottom. Oh, actually, have I got the... I have got it here. I have got the cover pattern, but it's in black and white. It's designed by Modcross, and it's called Pansy Bloom. And it's one that I've got on Pattern Keeper, so it's quite easy just to pick up. It is quite blocky, this as well, so you can get quite a lot done on it. And yeah, this is where I'm up to. Oh, actually, I think that's upside down. One sec. Is it? Yes, it is upside down. I'm stitching this on a 32 count River Hut Designs in, I think it's called Sunshine Yellows. Yeah, that is right, Sunshine Yellows. And I was working on all these pink bits of the pansy up there. And yeah, I'll put a picture up so you can see what it's going to look like when it's finished. But yeah, another one that when I'm in the mood for block stitching, I get that one out. Next whip. I can't always remember what's in them, so it's a bit of a surprise for me as well. Oh, I love this. This is another pattern by lovely Phoebe at Loombug. So I shared the pictures of the woodland gallery with her. I said she could use them on her Etsy or whatever. And we have been talking a little while ago about maybe doing a collaboration together in 2024 because I really love her designs. She does a lot of nature and whimsy sort of with animals in them. It's just right up my street, her designs. And I had this really beautiful piece of fabric from Pole Stitches. It's a 32 count called Wisteria that I bought fairly recently because I was inspired by lovely Lindsay at Wolfie Stitches because she was doing like a Halloween sort of design on a purpley. Yeah, it was a Halloween design by the Victoria Sampler. And she was doing a really lovely purple from Pole Stitches and it looked so stunning. So I went over to Pole Stitches Etsy shop and snagged this piece of wisteria. And I really wanted to stitch something on it. And when I held the DMC for this pattern up against it, I thought they looked really lovely actually. So I thought, well, that's what I bought it for. But it was such a large piece. I think this is only used half of the fabric. So yeah, when I shared the pictures of my finish of the Woodland Gallery with Phoebe, she was so sweet and messaged me and said, would I like any of her designs? And she'd send them to me. And I said, yes, please. And I was a bit cheeky really and asked if I could see the whole design of I think this is how the conversation went. It was a while ago. I said, could I be cheeky and see the whole design of the cat sneak peek that she'd put up on her Instagram feed? And she did show it to me and I loved it. And she said she was happy to send it to me. So yeah, I started it more or less as soon as she gifted it to me and I got it kitted up. So yeah, this is what it looks like. It's called the Herbalist. I started top left. So yeah, basically, without giving too much away because she's not released it so far, but you can go over and look at the sneak peek. She's done a bit more than me. I think she is releasing it soon. There's this really cute ginger cat here, and this is his crystal ball, and he's surrounded by all these beautiful herbs and plants and all these lovely little framed pictures which Phoebe often does in her patterns. And yeah, the cat's obviously a herbalist and it's got a little desk here with a snail on it. It's so cute. So yeah, I love this one a lot. It's a large design. yeah, I think it, yeah, I think this piece of fabric was 12 by 12 inches, I think. So yeah, it's quite a large piece, but I'm nearly a quarter of the way through. I've nearly got one page finished out of 4. Okay. Another one that I got out over Christmas was the lovely, I'd like to get this finished soon, so I need to crack on with it. It's the Love Poppet Hedgehog cross stitch kit, which Yasmin Made with Love got for me for Christmas in 2023, and I'm motivated with this one now because I've got the really lovely matching needle minder which I got from Claire Love Poppet at Stitch in London when she had a stall there. And yeah, I got it out and I worked a bit more on this bit and the back leg there. So yeah, I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I love this one a lot. And it's again a bit blocky. It's a paper chart, but it's only, you know, it's monochromatic, just with those one shade different on the leaves. So it's one of them ones, if you can't be bothered to like change your thread colour every 5 seconds, then it's a good one to get out. Okay, the next one in my blue Coppice bag, and I'm so glad because I watched a few people's FlossTubes. Definitely Ellie from Stitching Bee, but there was someone else that I watched. Was it maybe Natalie from Home Sweet Home Handmade? But they'd gone over to Blue Coppice's Redbubble shop after I talked about it last FlossTube, and they bought some bags from her. So that really made me smile. And in here, I've got the whole Gather series, the seasonal ones. I showed these, I think, in my last FlossTube, but they're the hands-on design Gather. And I started, I think I finished this since I last saw you. I started with the Gather Wildflowers, and I started with the Cottage, the Wildflower Cottage. And I managed to get this one done in December, which I was really pleased about. There we go. So I thoroughly enjoyed working on that one. And then I put the spring ones away because I thought that I would pick them back up again, you know, in March when spring comes back round, and finish the other 2 in that series. And in the meantime, I've picked up the latest one of this series that was released, and it's called Gather Pine Cones, and I've started working on Pinecone Cottage, and I finished it as well, so that's another finish this month. And then I'm going to do one a month in winter. So yeah, December I'm going to start this Gather Pinecone one. In January, and then February I'll do the quilt one. So I do need to start that this month, the Gather Pinecone one. A bit put off because it's 1/1. Pardon me, sorry. Where is it? Here it is. I'm stitching all of these on 32 count fabric flare in coffee stain, which is what I'm using for the things unseen that I showed earlier. Sorry, it's a bit crumpled because I put it in a hoop for a photograph and then haven't ironed it again. But there we go, all finished. And I love working on these, but they are surprisingly intricate. There's more stitching in those than you think there is, because there's backstitch, there's Smyrna crosses, which are the speciality stitches, there's 1/1 in some of them. So yeah, they take more time than you think they will. Oh, I'm getting so close to a finish on this one. This is another Hobby Jobby kit. Sorry, another kit, but it is designed by Hobby Jobby, and it's called Inner Spirit. I adore this one. And here we go, we've got the Forest Spirit on here. I bought one of Catherine Redgate, who I showed you before, the tote bag, I bought one of her wooden pins and I snapped the pin off and made it into a needle minder, so you can see him there. But yeah, I've got since I last saw you, I've got all of the cross stitch done on this one, all the fractionals, all the half stitches and all the full cross. Oh, I love it so much. And now I've just got the backstitching to finish. All the backstitching is finished on her face and her hair. I've just got her body and her legs and her arms to backstitch, and then that will one be done. So yeah, when I'm in a backstitching mood, I'll get this one out and I'll get it finished. And that is stitched on the 32 count Zweigart antique white that I hand dyed myself with Dylon. I can't wait to hang her in my house. I'm going to frame her and put her up. Getting a tower there next to me. Can you see that? Okay, another one that I picked up. This is another oldie that I picked up since I last saw you. This is a really intense stitch by Historical Sampler Company in collaboration with Stitch Rovia, and this is called Home is Where the Heart Is. This is a little ceramic decoration that I got in a box from Historical Sampler Company that says home is where your heart is, but I made it into a needle minder. So since I last saw you, I finished and backstitched this bit here with the birds and the leaves. So I just need to continue moving down here. All the words are backstitched and complete. I've just got to get down here to work on the house that's here. There's a big pink house. Sorry, it's not staying on there very well, is it? So yeah, it's very intense. There's lots of counting. That's stitched on a 32 count antique white by Zweigart. It's just a lot of counting, lots of backstitch. It's just quite intense, but it's so beautiful and worth it. What else have I got? Oh yeah, let's show this one, the Beast, on my scroll frame. So here we have, who's this designed by? Cottage Needleworks, I think. If it's different, I'll put it below. But yeah, I've been working away on the third block here, the pink cottage, and I'm nearly done with it. I've just got to finish the leaves on here and the flowers, and then do the same on the top and then the border round. So I'm getting really close to a finish on that one. That's another quite old whip that I'm slowly working away on. And my oldest whip I've dragged out yesterday, and I'm working on this with lovely Lauren at Cross Stitch Bunny again. And that Welcome to the Forest, the one I just showed you on the scroll frame, I'm stitching that in a sow with Lauren as well as this one. This is my oldest whip now that I finished the Felines, and it's the Steady Thread Blackwork sow for 2023, I think. It's quite old now. Yeah, 2023. And I've picked my own greens and pinks to work this one in. And me and Lauren have started Floral Fridays sow. So every Friday, we started last night. We're going to pick it up and do at least one hexie a week until we can get it done. And then there's just the border to go. I'm stitching this on Zweigart Ada 18 count in vintage sands. And last night I worked on this hexagon here. So yeah, I do really love it, and I was pleased actually, because when I last worked on this I found the Blackwork really hard work. I had to frog a lot, but last night it seemed a lot easier to count and to stitch, so maybe my skills have improved a lot since I last worked on this. I think I'd not been stitching very long. I'm trying to think, I started stitching in 2020, so I was maybe only stitching for 2 years when I started this, so maybe it was a bit ambitious at the time. But yeah, if you've got any floral whips that you'd like to get out and get working on, you're more than welcome to join us. It doesn't have to be that specific floral project, it could be any floral project. I know Kim at Stitchy Squirrels has got a floral project that she wants to work away on, so she's joined us, and we're using the hashtag Floral Fridays SAL. So this is the really lovely Every Child pattern that lovely Yasmin at Yasmin's Made with Love very kindly charted for me to support the fundraiser that I've currently got going for my youngest daughter's kindergarten. So both my children go to the same school, but my oldest daughter's in the upper school, but she did used to go to the kindergarten, which is on the same site, which my youngest daughter is now at. And during Storm Dara, very unfortunately, the school was damaged. The kindergarten was damaged by a very large tree falling on it. So the school is within woodland. They do have insurance, but unfortunately the damage to the kindergarten is not covered by insurance. I believe it's because it's like an act of God, and because it's like a container building that is within woodland, so the insurance has not covered it, which is a massive shame. They're raising £10,000 to get the kindergarten room fixed. My daughter is able to go back next week after Christmas because they've managed to make one of the kindergarten rooms safe. The tree's been removed, they've rewired it, they've cleaned it, made sure there's no glass in there. The trees have been resurveyed to make sure they're all safe. And the room that has been damaged has been made watertight until they raise the money to do all the repairs. So they've got a public GoFundMe page, which I haven't shared publicly anywhere online because I hope you can appreciate I don't want to share where my daughters go to school. But I wanted to do something to raise some money towards the cause. So I set up a fundraiser. I think it was the middle of December. And we've got some fantastic prizes up for grabs. So for a minimum donation of £10, you can hop over to my coffee shop. The chart is there. You pay £10 minimum for the chart, and then when you check that out, you'll automatically get the Every Child chart, and I will pop up a picture here because I haven't finished it yet. So you'll automatically get that for a minimum £10 donation. I can accept donations smaller than that just from my main coffee page, and if any of those donations go through, then that will go towards the fundraiser. Okay, my apologies. My apologies if the lighting's looking a bit different now. It is a very dark day here in Cornwall in the UK. My battery died, so it's been a bit of time charging my phone till I could come back and show you the rest of my video. So I was saying about the Every Child donation. So every minimum £10 donation, you automatically get the Every Child chart, which has been designed by Yasmin's Made with Love. You also get entered into the giveaway raffle, and we have some lovely prizes. We have a winner of a Yasmin's Made with Love project bag and chart of their choice. We have a £25 gift voucher from lovely Letitia at Corey's Little Shop. Another winner will receive a £25 gift voucher from lovely Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery. And Marie at Swan Bay Fabrics has also kindly offered us a fat quarter of her fabric to a lucky winner. And last but not least, Charlie Feathers, myself, is giving away 3 winners of a floss drop set, a needle minder of their choice, and 5 runners up will receive a 20% discount code in my shop. So I really hope that you'll come over and have a look and donate to this really worthy cause for the children that are at the kindergarten now, but also for many generations to come. It's a beautiful space, and it would be such a shame if we lost it for the sake of £10,000. So I appreciate all of your love and support, and if you can't financially contribute, I'd really love it if you could share it with anyone that you know that may be able to. That would be great. Every like, comment, share is really welcomed. Thank you. And without further ado, here is the chart. So I have stitched a little bit of it, and from the picture you can see the words will go down here, and it's a beautiful bouquet of flowers. And yeah, I'm hoping to finish stitching this and give it to my daughter's kindergarten teacher to hang in the kindergarten, hopefully when it's rebuilt. So yeah. Okay, last but not least, we've got some Stitchy kindness and some haul. So I've got quite a big I've got quite a big tub. So let's have a look what we've got. Okay, let's start with the Stitchy kindness from lovely Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah. She gave me this gorgeous pattern. It's by the old Barn Stitching Company and it's called Sunflower Garden. And with it, she sent the most gorgeous Emma Bridgewater Orton. It was so gorgeous. And she also sent me a really lovely scissor fob of a sunflower. You can see that. I can start using that now. There was something else that she sent me that I can't seem to find. Hopefully it will turn up. So for Christmas, Sarah also sent me this gorgeous chart. It's called Sheer Madness Scissor Fob by Silver Creek Samplers. And the thing that I've lost is a really beautiful pair of stalk scissors that are like pastel colours that she sent to me in a really nice little fob, like a case. And she also sent me a skein of Weeks Dye Works Chablis because she knows I love pink and purple to stitch it with. So that was really kind of Sarah for all that kindness. And yeah, Sarah's trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on her FlossTube channel before her birthday at the end of January. So if you can go over and watch and subscribe, that would be really great. Sarah's got a lovely channel. Next up, I had some more Stitchy kindness from a watcher of the FlossTube. I won't mention their name because I haven't asked them if I can, but they sent me a really gorgeous rose pouch kit from the World of Cross Stitching. They also sent me the Bunny's year calendar. I've already got some of these tins and I'm planning to stitch some more for my girls to play with, so that's great. This really gorgeous cross stitch kit of a hummingbird, which has got everything that you need, like the chart, the needle, the hoop and the threads, which I think my daughter will love to do. She also sent me this, which I thought was really cool. It's a cross stitch lives here. You can stick it up in your window. And it's from the Arctic Animals Club, a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And last but not least, she sent me the most gorgeous little Mill Hill of a panda, which I love. So thank you so much. You know who you are. I really appreciated your kindness. Okay, from my friend for Christmas, I got another little hummingbird kit from Mouse Loft. I ordered a little notions pouch from Wolfie Stitches, and she sent me a really lovely bundle of stickers with frog and toad and butterfly and yeah, some cute things. She also sent me some Christmas decorations, which I had on my tree, which I took down yesterday. And she sent me the Sweetheart Tree little chart called Teeny Tweeny 151. I've never stitched a Sweetheart Tree. I'm looking forward to that. And she also sent me the leftover threads and the used chart for the Fido Cross Stitch Heron. So I'm looking forward to stitching that. I've had all this in this cart thing for ages, so I'm looking forward to being able to put it away actually. And then lovely Lorna, she sent me a lovely parcel for Christmas, and she included this lovely bundle of fabrics, and it's all like jungle themed. I don't know if I'll be able to show you, but just some really lovely toucans and parrots, tigers, yellow sunshines. Oh, they're gorgeous. Thank you, Lorna. She also sent me a lovely Emma Bridgewater tin. I've got the mug of this with my name on, and I love it. Some really lovely bowen needles, which have got seahorses on the packaging. I couldn't believe this when I saw it. Absolutely gorgeous. And you get a mix of different darning and sewing needles in there. A caterpillar cross stitch kit called Here Comes the Sun. And she also sent me this cutie, a Bothy Threads full kit called He's a Fungi. I love that one. I think it's so cute. So thank you, Lorna. She also sent me some chocolate, but that's long since gone. Okay, some Stitchy haul. I bought this really nice little kit off eBay by Cross My Heart. It's a cottage magnet kit called Mill Cottage. I love that one. I found this in a charity shop and it had linen with it as well. It's a Lizzie cake called 100 Years. I paid £1 for this with the piece of linen, so I couldn't leave that yet there. And it says 100 years from now, it will not matter what kind of car I drove, what kind of house I lived in, how much I had in my bank account, nor what my clothes looked like, but the world may be a better place because I was important in the life of a child. I love that. From Yasmin's Made with Love, I made a few purchases because she was having a sale to raise money for her lovely Poppy cat. So I bought her winter bouquet release, and I also bought the threads to go with it, the fancy flosses. So that's great. I can start that soon. I've asked Marie at Bombay Fabrics if she can dye me and Kim a really nice piece of fabric so we can stitch it together. I also bought Bird Tree from Yaz because I love this one. Wanted it for a while. And the Winter Duo as well. And Yaz very kindly sent me some really nice Roxy Floss Company. It's the October 2024 monthly floss club in the neutrals. Some really gorgeous ones in there. So thank you, Yaz. I don't know if I've showed this on the channel before, so I'll show it again, but I bought this really lovely new kit that's come out from Heritage Crafts. It's called Light the Way, and it's in the Love Country collection by Sarah Riley. And I got the even weave. I think it's a 27 count even weave. I really like that 27 Linda, I think it's called. Oh, I also bought that from Yaz and her D-stash, that Dirty Annie Southern Style Sunflower Bee, because I've admired that for a long time and it's really hard to get. I had this on back order from Mary at Create Nostalgia for a while, but it finally came back in stock, and it's the Bent Creek Photo Booth Snowmen, and it's a little kit where you get the beads and the fabric. And I asked her if she could kit it up with the flosses for me. So I've got all the fancy floss to do that one. So cute. And then lovely Rachel at Talking Dog Stitchery, she put up a post on Floss Friends UK Facebook group saying, would anyone like to do a combined Owl Forest embroidery order? And I've wanted something from there for ages, but couldn't justify the postage costs. But obviously, if a lot of people are going in together, then it makes the shipping and the customs a lot more affordable. So I absolutely snapped her hands off and I treated myself. Oh, there's my scissors. They're magnetised to the box with a needle minder, and they're the scissors that Sarah bought me. They're really gorgeous. So yeah, this is the Owl Forest Embroidery Rose Hip Summer Kit. And I'll briefly show you what's in here. So you get your chart. You get your really beautiful flosses with the bobbins, a really nice instructional book, and you get a gorgeous piece of linen, which is dyed. I think it's, yeah, because it's got mottling on it. And your needle with a really lovely, gorgeous, I like that, a really lovely, gorgeous needle minder with a rose hip on it. which coordinates. So this is going to be my birthday start. I'm going to be 40 in the middle of January, and I'm going to start it on my birthday. I've lusted after this kit for maybe 2 years, and I can't believe I finally got it. So yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh, it's beautiful. The variegation is beautiful from the threads. And I also bought the thread pack of Our Forest Embroidery hand-dyed threads for the Swamp Witch, because I've got that pattern in my stash from a friend who gifted it on. And I bought the parking bobbins from Daria Makes at the same time, from Talking Dog Stitchery, and also a set of her wooden floss drops, which are absolutely beautiful. I'll just show them to you quickly. So you get one with florals on it, some blue flowers. I love this one. This is the main reason I bought it. These little tree houses, they remind me of fairy houses. Oh, there's another blue one, like the one before. Some pumpkins with some foliage, and they look like tulips. So yeah, you get 6 in the set, and I've wanted those for a while, but I couldn't justify the shipping from America. But now that Daria Makes is being stocked at the Talking Dog Stitchery, then and she was already sending me the Our Forest stuff, I thought I'd jump in and treat myself to those. And what was really great about the Our Forest embroidery is because the combined order that Rachel was putting in was coinciding with the Black Friday Our Forest embroidery deal, and I think they were giving, it was either 20 or I think it was actually 30% off. It was quite a lot, so it was a really good time to purchase it. I got the thread pack and the kit for a really affordable amount. I think it was £50 or £60, but that included the combined customs fee and the combined shipping, which was really great. So thank you to Rachel if you're watching that you organised that. I was so grateful, and I can't wait to start it on my birthday. So yeah, that's everything I've got to share with you today. Hopefully it won't be so long till I'll be back with you again, and hopefully it won't be long till spring is here and I'll be able to record outside again. I've been scoping some new quiet spots with no dog walkers that maybe I can record in, that are not near roads, so we'd have the peace and quiet of just nature. So hopefully next time I record outside I'll have a new location. Thank you for coming over and supporting the Every Child fundraiser campaign for my daughter's kindergarten. Thank you for going over and supporting Cross Stitch Sarah and getting her to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, thank you for coming to spend time with me. Take care. Bye.